Alright, doing a quick video here. This is that. This is a Razer Black Widow gaming keyboard. That is a real detonator, the real one. Right? How you tell? The bottom right here. You can have a serial number. You can have a model number. So it says gaming mouse. You have a product number and a rating. That's how you know if it's a real one. It's a real detonator. Chroma. Razer. That's what they look like. And that's how the pads look. So this is a real one. And you see how it's slightly curved too? If yours is not slightly curved and your pads look different than these, it's not a real detonator. This is it. This is how you tell if they're real or not. See how small that little hole is too for the laser? Yeah. That's what they look like, man. Any questions on it, man? It tells you product. You can look up this product number, the model number, and the serial number, and it'll come right up as a detonator. And on the screen here, on the Chroma screen here, on that, it even comes up as a detonator. So that's how you tell, right? I think this one is 1000 DPI, I believe it is. Yeah, something like that. And you see the ice girl here, you know, you can get this background from Razer. It's the new one. When I hooked it up, when I hooked this keyboard up and I hooked my mouse up, of course my mouse hooks to the keyboard here and here with the mic and this here. That's how they hook up. You don't have to use these. You could use whatever you want. But this is, I was going to show you this, right? Look at this keyboard, right? Take a look at this thing. What do you see on this keyboard that's not on all the rest of them? All right, let me go slow. I'm going to go real slow. You look at the keyboard and get a nice down focus on it. What do you see that other keyboards don't have on them? Yeah. If you're saying, what's these keys for? I've never seen those on the side there. What's that all about? Uh-huh. That's how you know. What's this? Yeah. Different, ain't it? Yeah, this right here is an actual gaming keyboard, right? And these are, you set your micros on this. These are micro keys for fast keys. So when you're like W and you're going forward and back in this, use your pinky to hit these right here. But yeah. What's M4 for? What's M5 for? What's M3 and M2 and M1 for? I don't understand that. What's that all about? Right? What's that? This is way different. Yeah. Right. So you look over here on this one. It's enter plus, just like this one. Boop, boop, boop. Yep. Got the keypad. Doot, 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 doot. Got the regular keys in the front right there, and the regular keys there. But over there, you look down there, it doesn't have those. What's that all about? Yeah, so that's it. This is a Razer Black Widow. They're a good keyboard. I like it. I've had this for a long time. Neat. Little stuff in there. All these little keys come off. I have the little tool. You take all these keys off, and you actually change the things underneath it. You get red or you get purple, and those things under these keys are how hard you have to hit the key, right? Boom, 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 or how soft. You can make them soft. You can make them hard, medium. They have a whole thing on these, man. You can change these keys too. You take these black ones off. You could put a red one there. But this is all light. I mean, this is all RGB. It lights up and does this wave up and down. I wish I could turn it off when you plug it in, right? I wish I could kick them off of there, but nah. All right. Let's talk about the mouse. See this mouse right here? Yeah, this mouse right here is a real detonator, right? Super light. You can tell by it'll focus. You're going to have serial number, model number, product number, and rating. It'll tell you everything you need to know. You look it up. Slightly bent. It's got the black pads on here. It's got the one down there. It's not weighted. This thing is like, oh Lord, this thing is light. Way light. I mean, you just barely touch it, man. You just barely touch it. It moves. This right here is a real detonator. The real deal. You can't miss it. Right? This is the real deal. This is what they look like. So if they don't have those black pads up there and those down there, and it doesn't have this, doesn't have all the serial number and all that, this whatever, however you get it to focus. Come on, focus. Right? And you'll see it says Razor Detonator Chroma right on it. That's how you know it's a real detonator. There's a guy that did a video, and I looked at his, and all of his seemed wrong. I don't know why. I don't know why his seems so different than mine. I've never opened mine. I've never had to. It just works, man. It just works really good. Yeah, man. So I hooked it up just to check it out. I haven't used this one in a long time. I haven't used this mouse. This mouse right here, the detonator. I haven't used it. Oh, I figured out what that mouse was. Right. This here. This mouse that I had out before. This one. This is a Thermaltake ThermoPro. It says it has 85 or 8200 DPI on it, right? It's the, man, I wished I could just like focus on the, oh, let's get the wires off here. Maybe we can figure it out from underneath here. This is what it is. The smart, it's Theron Plus Smart Mouse. There's the model number right there. There's a lock on this. Oh, I think it locks. Oh, yeah. So under here, there's weights. If you open this, there's a string of weights in it. That's how you know. And this button here changes the color. This here changes something else. I don't remember what it is. But yeah, man, this is a pretty good gaming mouse. It's not bad. This is what this one looks like. I have a bunch. I have a few more gaming mouse. We should just do it like everybody, like show all the gaming mice they have. I have the detonator. I have that one. That's a really good one. I don't like this one. I'll tell you why I don't like this one. Why I didn't use it. Because of the way the top of this is. Right? The way this one's shaped. Right? Your fingers kind of sitting here. So you're only using these two. Right? And they kind of sink in. I don't particularly like that. This one is totally different. Look at the hump on that. Your hand just naturally sits on it. Just sits there. It's really nice. That's the real one. That's how you tell the real one. And if they don't have those, then it's not real. If they don't have everything underneath there like that one does, yeah, it's not real. And that little eye sensor, that little hole, it's real small, right? And then it actually has a logo on the thing right there. That's how you tell. That logo on that round silver thing is how you tell if they're real or not, right? That tells you. So if they don't have them, on there, they're fake. That's just an FYI. Some guy went up and was saying that how to tell the real ones from the fake ones, and then if you look at his, it's like, wow, that don't look right. So I just calling him out on it, right? He might want to check all his mice and make sure they're the real ones. That's how you tell if it's a real one or not, right? And it comes up detonator on my thing there. So yeah, that's it right there. It's a pretty good mouse. This thing is fast. The wheel on this is really sensitive, man. And these things, man. Oh, they're just so sensitive, man. You just barely touch them and they click. Unbelievable. I mean, it's so fast. these things are really sensitive. So if you're whipping the mouse around, you might shoot something by accident. That's how sensitive these are. They're super sensitive. All right, so just seen the YouTube today about these, and I was like, why does mine look so different? So I got curious. I was like, well, wait a minute. I know mine's the real one because I got it when they first came out. So I know I have the real one. Why does mine look different than the ones that guy was showing? And I just found out after I did all the product number and model numbers and the lettering around that eye is how you tell if they're real or not. And if it doesn't have them on there, it's not real. That's what I found out. All right, so we're good on that. We know that's real. This keyboard, it's okay. It's pretty fast. I mean, but it's really clicky. You know, it's like I think I have to change. I mean, it's really I don't know if I like that clicky. I might have to go to a different keyboard that's not so clicky. Oh, all right. So I got some emails that says, Daryl, what mouse and keyboard are good? All right. So here's the problem with that. Keyboards and mice vary for each guy that plays, or a guy or girl plays games. They got to fit your hands. They got to feel comfortable. This keyboard's not comfortable to me because one, it's so clicky, but the keys are kind of hard to push, to mash down. They said, oh no, take your keys off. You change these reds to a purple or whatever color to a lighter one, and it'd be much lighter to go clickety click on. The clickety click and the lights, you can't. I don't know how to turn them off. There's no switch on it to turn them off, so I don't care for that. But you can change those. Okay, back to I got some emails. They really want to know what are good keyboards. What a good keyboard is. Well, what fits you, right? There's two things you should look out for. One, light keyboards that are really like this one, like this one here. You can just grab this one and just lift it and thunk. It's really light. Stay away from those. One, because when you're gaming, you're like you're sliding side to side, you're moving around. This keyboard right here is like massively heavy, so it sits firm, so it's not scooting around, right? So like you start out, you're going forward, side to side, back, you're ducking and everything. By the time you're done with the game, the keyboard's sitting like this because it's so light. You're pushing on the keys. You don't want that. You want heavier keyboards that you want them to stay on your desk. You don't want them moving around because that's a pain. If they're moving, if your keyboard's moving as you're playing, you need to stop what you're doing and reevaluate, or tape your keyboard down or glue it to your desk, either one. It's really, you don't want them moving around. They said, oh, how about them little ones? No, the little ones are light. They do the same thing. Those half keyboards or whatever they call them, they're really small. They're like that small. Yeah. One, they're too light. Two, they're super expensive. There's not a single one of them, I don't think, it's under $180. I've seen them all. I've seen those reach all the way to $500. So it depends on what you're going to buy, right? You want a heavier keyboard. Abbott, you want it heavy so it stays on the desk. It's not going to move around. That's why I like this one. I don't like that wireless one because it moves around if you're playing. Your mouse. Okay, so there's a term that we use in gaming. It's called intimacy. That's not what you think. You're not sleeping with your mouse and keyboard. Intimacy also means contact. A keyboard and mouse you are constantly in contact with. Your hands are always on them when you're playing games, right? Understand that. These things, they have to feel well. They have to feel good. If they don't feel right, and that's moving around, and it's moving around, and it doesn't feel right, and your mouse don't feel right, you need to change them. You want them to feel comfortable. You're comfortable with using them, right? You're gonna use whatever fingers you want on them. It's very important. No, they don't have to be super expensive. Those super expensive keyboards, yeah, they're too light. They move around. Pros don't use them. You don't see a pro using those little itty keyboards. No, you see them using regular size keyboards that are weighted because they don't want them moving. The same with one of these controllers. They got to feel good. You got your thumbs are sitting on them. You're moving around. You're going forward. You're going back. You're aiming and everything. They got to feel good. If they don't feel good, you're gonna have a bad gaming experience. That's what it's about. So in the gaming terms, we call it intimacy. Intimacy is contact. You have constant contact with your mouse and your keyboard. That's intimacy. You're not intimate with your monitor. You're not you're not intimate with your camera. Your hands are not on them when you're gaming. These are keyboard and mouse. Your chair, right? Chair is important. Get something that's comfortable and it fits you. If you're comfortable with it and you're sitting in it, that's fine. When you pick out a mouse, don't buy the most, oh man, look how much that one is, must be nice. No, you need to test them. You need to put your hand on the mouse and test them, make sure they feel right for you. That's an investment. Those mice, those ain't cheap, man. Those things are expensive. Those keyboards, they're expensive. When you buy these, make sure you get the right ones for you that you like, you're comfortable with, you can play with for hours and hours and hours. Me and that mouse right there has probably got maybe 5,000, 6,000 hours on that little Alienware right there playing Guild Wars 2. At least that on that. That was my first investment, is that one right there when I started playing on that thing. And that was years ago. Man, that was forever ago. But yeah, man, make sure they fit you, make sure your keyboard, you like it. I mean, make sure it's heavy and it'll stay where it's supposed to be and you're comfortable. This is slanted. I liked it because it was slanted. My hand, your wrist isn't bent up like this or bent down like that. It's even. This is an even platform. So when your hand's on it, right, and you're moving, your thumb's right here, your hand's literally level. It's not sitting like this or sitting like this. You don't want big ridges right here. This is a very thin. The only reason is it's sitting on this. But if this was sitting down, this would be almost level with that. And your hand naturally sits on the keyboard. Naturally. You don't need a wrist thing right here because you don't need it. Your hand sits on it. That's why I like this one. But I wished it didn't click and didn't have the RGB. Same with the mouse. My hand just naturally fits on it. Yeah. Just because they're the new thing today doesn't make it better. It just makes it more expensive. Make sure when you go get your mouse and your keyboard, make sure they fit you. Make sure you like them. It doesn't matter if it's a Logitech. It doesn't matter if it's a Razer. It doesn't matter if your mouse is a I don't know. I don't know all the names to them, but you can go through them. You can find out what you can afford and what you like that fits you. If the mouse is maybe $10 more, save $10 more and get the mouse that fits you, right? Comfortable. That's the thing about look, those professional gamers, when you go and look at their gear, everybody has a different mouse. Everybody has a different keyboard. You know why? Because it fits them. They bring their keyboard and mouse because that's what they're used to playing with. So most pro gamers have their own mouse and their own keyboard that they bring because they're comfortable. That fits them well. That's what it is. What it is what it is, guys. Right? That's how everybody. That's how those pro gamers do it. And they'll tell you the same. I'm telling you, you can email them. They'll tell you the same thing. What fits you, what you're comfortable with, and you look at those you watch those gamers play and look at their mice. They're all different. They all all of them are all different. They don't play on just every single same keyboard. They don't play on every single mouse. Their mouse and their keyboards are different because it fits them. what they're comfortable with. And you don't need the thing. You don't need the new thing. You don't need to spend $500 on a keyboard. Find one that fits you. Find one that you're comfortable with, and you can play for hours on. That's the key. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna bail out of this video. I just wanted to bring that up. Yeah, that guy's detonators. I'm sorry, but he bought all fake ones. Yeah, they're not like that one. That's real. That's the real deal right there. All right, guys. Later.